Hello, everyone, and welcome to this English 90 Week 7 presentation on basic essay format. Let's go ahead and get started with an overview. In this brief presentation, we are going to define basic essay format. We will cover the English 90 essay requirements as they pertain to the rough draft essay and the final essay in Week 8. We will break down this format so that you understand it clearly. And at the end, there'll be a recap of everything that we discussed. So what is basic essay format? Basic essay format is a format we can follow during the writing process. Essay format requirements will vary from assignment to assignment, but English 90 requires learners to follow what's called the 5-paragraph format. Well, what is that? Well, here are the essay requirements for English 90 using a 5-paragraph essay. The first of the 5 paragraphs is the introduction, and it includes your thesis statement. Typically, the thesis statement would be the first or last sentence of the introduction paragraph because it has more emphasis if it's placed in one of these two places. That's an effect known as periodicity. 3 body paragraphs. We'll talk about what they include. And finally, a conclusion paragraph for a total of 5 paragraphs. Okay, a few more guidelines for your essay in English 90. You need to utilize 12-point font, Times New Roman, double-spaced. APA formatted in-text citations and list of references. Please note that you are not required to include an in-text citation for your rough draft essay, and that your final essay must include one in-text citation which is to say one direct quote with an in-text citation and a references section. Let's talk a little bit about that introduction paragraph. This is where you introduce your topic to the reader. Start with a hook to grab the reader's attention. For example, a quote, a question, a surprising fact. You want the reader to understand that this topic is not only important to you as the writer, but it's something that should be important to every reader as well. Provide background information on the topic to give clear context. And end the introduction with a thesis statement. Again, it can be at the end, it might be at the beginning, that clearly states your main argument or purpose for writing the essay. All right, let's talk about those 3 body paragraphs. Each body paragraph should focus on one main point or idea that supports your thesis statement. We refer to these as sub-arguments, and we also refer to them as topic sentences. They are sub-arguments that branch out of the thesis and that specify the thesis in 3 distinct ways. I say 3 because you're going to have 3 body paragraphs. So you want to start each paragraph with that topic sentence that introduces the main point of the paragraph, which is, again, a sub-argument branching out of your thesis. Provide evidence, example, and explanations to support your main argument. You really need to develop a line of logic, reasoning, to support this body paragraph. You don't want to move to the next paragraph until this one is well developed through a line of logic. Use transition words and phrases to smoothly connect your ideas between paragraphs. Another way to think about this too is that if all sub-arguments that you present through your topic sentences branch out of your thesis, the transitions will be smooth. Now for the conclusion paragraph. Summarize the main points you've made in the essay. Restate your thesis statement, offer some final thoughts or insights related to the topic, and avoid introducing new information or arguments in the conclusion. A little bit more on in-text citations. If you've used external sources in your essay, include in-text citations in the same sentence as the cited material. Remember that you have to have at least one direct quote with an in-text citation for the final essay. Make sure your reader and you know the difference between the source's ideas and information and yours. References. Include a list of references at the end of your paper. And all that's required for the final essay is 1. Make sure to include all the sources you used in your reference page. Follow the citation style specified by your instructor or academic institution. Nightingale uses APA. So that's what you're going to use for your direct quote, in-text citation, and your reference section. Okay, so to recap, clarity and organization are key in essay writing. Make sure each part of your essay flows logically from one to the next, so one paragraph to the next, one argument to the next, and always support your arguments with evidence and examples. Use Nightingale resources to guide you. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much.